Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. Prince Albert police are investigating after a residence was damaged by an apparent gunshot. Officers responded to the 2000 block of 4th Avenue East for a weapons call. There, officers were flagged down by someone who said the home that was shot at was in the 200 block of 20th Street East. Police confirmed the damage consistent with a gunshot and found no one injured inside the residence. The suspect reportedly fled the scene in a black car before police arrived. He's described as a male wearing black pants and a t-shirt with a black mask and black gloves. 4 people were arrested and 1 male is wanted after a robbery on Sturgeon Lake First Nation. Prince Albert RCMP responded to a report of a robbery on Tuesday afternoon on Sturgeon Lake First Nation. Officers learned a female had her truck stolen by a group of individuals. While searching for the stolen vehicle, police found and arrested a female on a grid road on Waupeton First Nation. Later, 2 males and a female were arrested at a residence on Waupeton First Nation. They all appeared in provincial court on Thursday. RCMP have issued a warrant for 27-year-old Toby Daniels of Sturgeon Lake First Nation. He's described as 5'7", 130 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. The Saskatchewan Serious Incident Response Team is investigating after an officer-involved shooting in Regina last night. During an investigation in the 3000 block of Houghton Road at around 11 o'clock, members of the Regina Police Service discharged their firearms, fatally wounding an individual. Because it's an active CERT investigation, no additional information is available from Regina Police. Anyone with information related to the incident is encouraged to contact the Serious Incident Response Team. Weekend weather forecast, Jeff. No pressure. What do we have in store?
Things are looking pretty good, John. It's a no-tie Friday because things are looking very nice indeed. And even as we approach next week, particularly the early part of next week, things are looking very good. Now, we did have a bit of rain move through the province. It didn't add up to a lot in many areas, a bit more in the northern part of the province. But generally speaking, the weekend is looking very favorable for outdoor activities. We'll talk about that later on.
There was a celebration today for a new elementary school in Loche. Government officials, including the Premier, were on hand this afternoon to mark the grand opening of the school. The school was completed in the spring and welcomed its first students earlier this month. It's located near the Dene High School, accommodating about 475 students from pre-kindergarten to grade 6. The school features 26 classrooms and offers support services, which includes a classroom to help students with self-regulation and to help teachers manage complex classrooms. The province provided almost $45 million for the new school. Residential school survivors and those who never made it home were honored today in Saskatoon. Live music, including this fiddle player, was part of the Orange Shirt Day activities in Saskatoon. Attendees also taking in singers, dancers, and arts and crafts. The day also featured a survivor circle where people were able to share their stories and experiences. One of the storytellers recognized one of today's younger participants for reclaiming what was lost and continuing to uphold his culture.
I am reclaiming my culture. I go to ceremonies often. It's a beautiful thing. I learn my language with every song I learn. You know, I reclaim my ancestors every day I walk this life, and it means a lot to my heart.
Orange Shirt Day is also being recognized at many Saskatchewan schools on Tuesday, which marks National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. First Nations leaders in Saskatchewan say the FSIN is leaving its people in the dark. A number of chiefs and councillors gathered in Saskatoon today to demand accountability and transparency for an organization they say has lost its way. This comes after an audit from Indigenous Services Canada wasn't able to fully track more than $34 million of spending, with a majority of it meant as COVID funding for the FSIN's 74 member nations. This morning, chiefs say people on the Treasury Board can't access information, and some budgets shared at meetings are vague or incomplete. Saskatoon Tribal Council Chief Mark Arcan says he's nervous that 18 months after the audit period ended, the FSIN still wasn't able to explain its spending.
There was no actual receipts, no documentation. That is a problem. But everybody else had to comply. The FSIN is not above the rules.
Chiefs are demanding the FSIN executive to end its silence and explain to its people what happened to the money. Canada Post employees are walking the line at postal facilities all across Saskatchewan. It's the first day of a nationwide strike in protest over proposed cost-saving measures proposed by the Crown Corporation. The plan includes elimination of door-to-door letter delivery and closure of some rural post offices. The members of the Canadian Union of Postal Workers say they're fighting to save jobs.
Yeah, unfortunately, that announcement really said, hey, we're going to be slashing jobs, and unfortunately for us, that's not an option for CUPW.
Canada Post says it's losing $10 million a day and that transformation is necessary. Indigenous athletes from across the prairies are stepping into the ring in Saskatoon this weekend for a boxing event that honors residential school survivors. Athletes at Copus Boxing are preparing for tomorrow night's big fight dubbed This Bout is for Truth. It's happening ahead of the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation with the goal of honoring residential school survivors and showcasing Indigenous culture through dancing, drumming, and sport. Coach and event organizer Gary Copus says last year's event was powerful with elders looking on, and he's looking forward to it again this year.
And it's really powerful to see them, you know, smiling and have the opportunity for the future generations to be able to excel at life and just be part of everything that, you know, these residential school survivors didn't get to be a part of.
It makes me pretty proud because I get to represent my family. Again, getting in the ring and being in the main event in the last fight of the show is the biggest, you know, achievement for somebody, right?
The show starts at 5 o'clock tomorrow evening at Prairieland Park. A man wanted for historical sexual offenses in Saskatoon has been extradited from the UK. 69-year-old Earl Warren was arrested by Saskatoon RCMP in October of 2020 and charged with 3 counts of sexual assault as well as 4 counts of invitation to sexual touching of a minor. The alleged incidents were reported to have happened between 2010 and 2017 in Saskatchewan. An international alert was issued after Warren did not appear in court in Saskatoon in May of 2023. Police had then determined he left the country and was living in London, England. With the help of Interpol and police in London, Earl Warren was brought back to Canada last week. He's scheduled to be in court to face the charges next month. Groups from across the province gathered at the University of Regina today to compete in the annual Glen Anaquod Memorial Teepee Raising Competition. Teams of 4 competed in different categories: high school, all-women, campus, and community. The goal was to quickly and accurately get their teepee set up in a 20-minute time frame. This event started in 2008 and takes place every September.
Glen Anaquod, he was the elder for the University of Regina when he was here, and in 2008 he wanted to have this, so he started it, and it's named after him because he was one of the best at raising a teepee, and he wanted the community to remember and to compete with each other, just to raise awareness.
Cash prizes were given for first, second, and third place in each category. After the break, we find out about a weekend event in the city of Prince Albert. Jasmine Pelche learns more about the Tapastrama Cultural Festival. The Tapastrama Cultural Festival takes place this weekend. To find out more, Jasmine Pelche chats with Donna Hordisky.
Donna, could you tell me about this weekend's event?
Absolutely, Jasmine, I'd be happy to. Culture Days is upon Prince Albert, and we are celebrating Culture Days. The Prince Albert Multicultural is celebrating by having our annual Tapastrama event, and it is a wonderful weekend full of dance, artistry, music, singing, food, just everything that celebrates the cultures that make up our province, make up our city, and it's a wonderful time for people to come out, enjoy some music, enjoy some food, and learn a little bit about different cultures that are within our city and our province.
When and where is it going to be? And are there more things happening at the event apart from performances?
Jasmine, it happens this weekend, September 27th and 28th at Carleton High School Cafetorium. The doors will open at 11 a.m. and our performances get going at 12. So if you come a little early, you have an opportunity to experience different cultural foods, different cultural merchandise, all of which are for purchase at the center. And you can also take a look at many, many cultural displays that we'll have on site, so that you can take a look and learn a little bit about many, many different cultures that make up our city and our province. The admission is free, so please bring your friends and family.
Is there an incentive for showing up early this year?
You know what? Funny you ask that, because yes, there is. For everybody that shows up early, we will have a special ticket where you will be entered into a draw for some wonderful door prizes that have been provided by our wonderful businesses throughout the city. This ticket is only going to be available between 12 and 1. We'll make the draw at 1, and then the tickets will be given out only to the first 100 people, again at 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. So it's an incentive for you to come early and stay a little late. Stay with us to take in the music, take in the atmosphere, and to possibly win a little prize.
What are some of the groups that are going to be performing this weekend?
We have a wonderful lineup this year of groups. We have some returning favorites that have been with us for many, many years, but we also do have a few that are new. We have the Montreal Lake Stompers coming, and this is a youth group from Montreal Lake. We have an Indonesian culture dancer. We have the Iron Eagle drum and dance group. We have Sask, Peru. On Sunday, we have Lucas Welsh, the Ashton School of Irish Dance. They have joined us for quite a few years. They are an amazing dance troupe, and their costumes, just their whole
vibe.
Yes, their whole vibe, thank you, is just amazing. We have the Creeland Dancers, and at 6 o'clock, we have the Bridge City Rovers to our finale.
What is your favorite part of Tapastrama?
I can't give you a favorite part. I love the whole thing. I love the vibe. I love seeing the smiles on the families' faces. I love seeing the entertainers. There isn't a part of Tapastrama that I don't enjoy. There is just, from the food, the culture experiences, talking to people, learning new things that one might never have learned before, the friendships that you strike up, and just chatting with people from different walks of life. I think that is just simply amazing.
Thank you, Donna, for having me out and giving us a good rundown of what people can expect to see this weekend.
We'll have your weekend weather forecast coming right after the break, and later, Zebrafish are helping guide therapies for pediatric cancer. So, Jeff, not anything like we had in the summer with some of those major rainstorms, but a couple of sprinkles, a little holy water spilled around the province. What do we have coming this weekend?
Well, you know what? This weekend is going to be pretty darn dry. We had that, as you said, there was that bit of a north-south line that sort of went through the province early this morning, and it really didn't add up to much, at least in Prince Albert to the south. Maybe up north there was a bit more in the way of accumulation, but all in all, it's a fairly quick-moving system that didn't have a huge impact, at least certainly, as I say, in Prince Albert and Point South. We're going to continue to watch this. It's going to move into Manitoba and ultimately Northern Ontario, maybe a bit more intensity. There might even see that there's a chance of some thunderstorms along the Manitoba-Ontario border. Lots more in the way of precipitation off the BC coast. We've been talking about this all week long. North Coast, Central Coast, those places are really going to be seeing a lot in the way of precipitation. And then as that system sinks southward, northern parts of Vancouver Island, and ultimately Victoria and Vancouver, they're going to get some rain, but nothing compared to what other parts of the province are going to get. And fairly dry conditions, as I mentioned, across the prairie provinces, certainly Alberta and Saskatchewan. Now, we're going to move on to the future cast, and you can certainly see that system that I talked about moving into parts of northern Manitoba and Ontario, ultimately towards Hudson Bay. And then a little something slashing across northern Saskatchewan, but it doesn't add up, again, to very much. Here we go with our numbers for the overnight period, and it's chilly. So, yes, at 5 or below, risk of frost, and that's certainly those frost alerts have been issued by Environment Canada. So if you have any more delicate plants that are still out there, cover them up, and you can still get a few more days out of them. So especially for the flowers. But I know some people were gathering in their tomato crops. Now on to our numbers for tomorrow. 19 degrees in Spiritwood tomorrow. 21 for the Battlefords and Birch Hills and Rosthern and Nipawin. 20 in Candle Lake with mainly cloudy skies, mainly sunny conditions in Melfort with a high of 22. So once again, warmer than seasonal temperatures as we head into this weekend. And now on to the details for Prince Albert and area. So as temperatures drop below that 5-degree mark, 3, the expected overnight temperature, though it is a risk of frost. Winds out of the northwest, 30, but dropping off. And then as we take a look at tomorrow, we've got ourselves mainly cloudy skies. The winds pick up a little bit, but then they drop off again. 21 degrees for a high, so about 6 degrees above seasonal. 20 degrees on Sunday with mainly sunny skies. Monday, 22. On Tuesday, National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, 24 degrees and mainly cloudy skies in Prince Albert, 23 on Wednesday, 21 on Thursday, and 1 week from today, 18 degrees, which is still above seasonal.
So on Saturday, some pretty good, well, a little bit of cloud cover. So you're going to definitely be wanting to watch the TV for sure around 5 o'clock.
Good segue. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Well, the Riders have released their depth chart for tomorrow's game in Edmonton, and receiver Samuel Emelis is in. Emelis will be playing his first game since getting injured against Edmonton last month. He has 361 yards in just 4 games. Receiver Sean Bain Jr. will also make his season debut as a backup receiver, and he'll likely figure into the return game with Mario Alford out of the lineup. Bain Jr. last suited up almost a year ago after a serious knee injury has kept him out. 5 o'clock kickoff on TSN. The Canadian women's rugby team is preparing for their biggest match ever.
Canada's been looked at as underdogs. They're ranked number 2 in the world. They beat New Zealand number 3, and they beat them handily. England is going to be a very tough task on Saturday, but these women have been improving every game. The last 5 weeks in England, I think they're in with a chance, actually a good chance.
Canada will face England at the Alliance Stadium in London in the final. The Red Roses are the #1 ranked team in the world, just ahead of Team Canada. But Team Canada overcame rugby powerhouse New Zealand on the way to the final. The women will be looking to do one better than their 2014 tournament when they finished second.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
New international research at CHEO suggests tropical fish can help guide therapies for some of the most challenging high-risk pediatric cancer cases. Peter Sperling has the details.
Sarah Telford is a childhood cancer survivor.
It was terrifying.
At age 11, she was diagnosed with AML, acute myeloid leukemia, a form of blood cancer.
Once I heard the C word, I knew I was in for a fight.
Now at 27, she's reflecting on her treatment, multiple rounds of chemo, making her very sick.
As well as there are a lot of long-term effects that people don't think about when they think of cancer treatment. For instance, due to treatment, I am now in a wheelchair. And maybe I wouldn't be if this had been around.
What Telford is referring to are zebrafish. New research by the Teo Research Institute and the University of Ottawa show that small tropical fish can help guide therapies for kids with high-risk cancer.
We want to personalize and tailor that therapy to that specific child's tumor. So the best way to do that is to take a piece of that tumor and do testing. And the reason we want to do testing in a fish is we want to do testing in vivo, in a live animal model that more closely resembles what kind of response we anticipate will happen in the patient. So that's a zebrafish larvae.
Dr. Jason Berman, the study's senior author, says this research offers patients and families more hope.
And so using this more personalized approach, we're trying to find drugs that more specifically target that specific cancer so that we have higher cure rates and fewer side effects.
A patient's cancer cells are put into the fish to test medications and drugs.
And with the zebrafish, we're able to put these cells in, watch how they behave because they're fluorescently labeled and the zebrafish are transparent, add treatments just to the water, and able to see those responses in 7 to 10 days.
A hope for future patients.
The future with this treatment is so bright.
Peter Sperling, CTV News.
Brought to you by Saskatchewan Union of Nurses. Thank you to Saskatchewan's 11,000 registered nurses.
All right, Jeff, they call it high fashion, and in this case, it's more than just dirty clothes. This showcase is all about how designers are using waste as inspiration on the runway. Items include a Paco Rabanne top made of plastic bottles and a dress made with crystals from human sweat.
Yuck.
Gross. The curators say they want to show how designers reject perfection and add some personality to their work. I don't know. I'm maybe more sports, your arts and culture. I don't know who's fashion in our office, but I don't know if I'm wearing any of that. How about you?
It's not me.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday.